Hello students, this is Dr. Praveen Tripathi. As all of us know that NEET PG exam has been postponed and we have a date now. It's still tentative. We are not sure whether the court would accept it or not, but it appears that the exam may happen on August of 3rd. Now, the important thing is we cannot wait for the final date to come. We cannot waste that much of a time and we have to start preparing. So we have decided to start with our next batch for our students. And the primary aim is to provide a structure to the students and ensure that their preparation remains on track. That is what we tend to do in our mission plans. It's usually a very highly structured plan which tells you what you need to do when. So let's go for the details. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, we have had a lot of experience with these postponements. It happened multiple times last year, before that also. So we know that for some students, it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's a very good thing that could have happened to their preparation, and for some it comes as a big setback. There were students last year who utilized these postponements so nicely that they were able to jump from 4-digit ranks or 5-digit ranks to 2-digit ranks. Recently Dr. Brahmjot took a session in Cerebellum app and she discussed her journey. She was a topper, ranked 98 last year, and she's not the only one. There are multiple such students who utilized the days that they got because of postponement, and they did really well in the exam finally. And unfortunately, there are also many students who were doing good, but because of the postponements, their preparation got derailed. They ended up getting bad ranks, and so we have to learn lessons from both of them. What these students did wrong and what students like Brahmjo did right. Both of these things must be learned by us. But the fact is, like 15 days before the exam, when most of you had taken multiple mocks from different platforms, you were very aware of where you stood, you were aware of your shortcomings. 15 days before the exam, with all that knowledge, you were suddenly given 60 days more. So had that happened like 2 months back, probably you were not even so much clear about where you stand, but it happened 15 days back. So now you have been given extra days with the realization where your preparation stands. And I always say that, when you talk about 60 days or 55 days, when you look at the days, it may appear that it's not that big, but multiply it with the number of hours. Multiply it with 12 hours a day or 10 hours a day, and suddenly you have got like now 550 plus 110, 660 hours. 660 hours. I mean, look at all these rapid revision or quick revision videos. Most of them are hardly 180 hours, 170 hours. So you have so much time that you can do everything thrice. So that tells us that the duration that we have is so much more than what it appears when we think about it in the days framework. So again, I keep on saying this, that there's a lot of time left, and if you play your cards right, any kind of leap is possible, any kind of jump is possible. But when I say 10 to 12 hours per day, it means that you have to give it all. You have to go all in. That's when the magic happens. Now, before the exam got postponed, you were aware of your limitations. You knew in which subjects you were doing bad. You knew whether you were making mistakes in the concepts, whether you were weak in the facts. And as I said earlier, you have a massive chances to fix it now. This video I have prepared based on where you stand today. And we have a good indicator of that based on the mock test that you have taken of any platform. If you have not taken the mocks, I would very strongly advise that go and take Cerebellum's mock 1 and 2. NEET PG, mock 1 and 2. Mock 1 is tougher. Mock 2 is comparatively simpler. But you will get a good idea where you stand in the competition. And I believe the students who are getting 150 to 160 correct, and the students who are getting less than 110 correct, or students are in between, all of them have to tweak their strategy a bit based on where they stand. So let us discuss in details what should be the strategy for all these students. Let us first start with the students who are getting less than 130. I have clubbed 110, 120, 130 together. If you are getting less than 130, the biggest fear is that you would got in the major clustering. Recently, I was looking at the Cerebellum's mock 2 result, and there was a huge clustering happening between 120 to 140. It appears that a lot of students are able to reach 120, 125, but then crossing 140 is becoming very difficult for them. The problem is every single mark, a drop in every single mark is leading to drop in thousands of ranks. right? So finally, the number of marks is not going to take you anywhere. It has to be a rank. So if you are getting caught up in that clustering, the result would be suboptimal. You have to find a way to get out of that clustering. And if you're getting 130 and if you're getting 120 or 100 ton or less than that, it clearly means one thing, that you are lacking depth in subjects. See, gone are the days when the examiners would go give the exact same PYQs. Same question उठ के फिर से नहीं आएगा, right? A good number of questions would be twisted PYQs. Same question, same answer, but given in a different format. If you have just tried to do the rote memorization, then you would struggle even with these questions. And this is what is happening. A lot of students are saying that they are stuck in 120, they are stuck in 130s. This is happening because you have covered a lot of course, but it's all superficial. You don't know the depth at all, and the moment examiner twists the question even a little bit, you are found wanting. So you have to get depth in certain subjects, and by depth I don't mean go to the main videos or go to the textbook. Even doing something like mission classes or mission videos or quick revision videos would suffice. Even these videos provide you good depth. MCQs and PYQs are important for you, but I would say that gaining depth is more important, because when you gain depth, you start automatically doing better in these things. Now there are certain subjects that I really want you to go through. My experience of talking to hundreds of students, I talk to a lot of students on Telegram and otherwise, and even people who are getting 155, 160, one subject that they are uncertain of is medicine. The problem with medicine is it's so vast that it's difficult to study it in a limited period of time, and then revision is a bigger problem. But medicine today is also one of the subjects that can really give you a push in ranks, because again, I believe 70% of students are reluctant to study medicine, and if you can get into those 30% who does focus on medicine, I'm sure your rank will get better by significant numbers. Medicine you have to do. The program that I'm going to tell you is also starting from 8th, whatever days. I'm recording this video on 5th. So 5th, 6th, 7th, you have to do medicine. Trust me, you will get rewarded very handsomely. Medicine in a day. This is a video that was recorded by Dr. Dilip sir, Cerebellum. And the beauty of medicine in a day is it's hardly 23 hours. But he has tried to cover everything in pretty good details. I think if you can invest those 23 hours, which means you can have to invest 2 to 3 days, you will at least get 8-10 questions more correct. And I don't need to tell you that 10 questions more correct can make so much of a difference. Medicine in a day you have to do. I don't really mind. I'm not really bothered whether you have done medicine from somewhere in the past or not. In case you have done it from somewhere else in the past, and if you're getting maximum questions correct, then you can ignore my advice. But this is the video for students who are below 130. So I'm assuming that you still need some work to be done on your concepts. Do not miss medicine in a day. Secondly, surgery. Now, surgery has always been an enigma for students, because it tends to become rote memorization. Things like say onco surgery, remembering all the grades, all the stages, all it becomes very rote. And a lot of people say that there are no concepts involved. That is why Dr. Amrit Nasta stands out so beautifully. If you don't listen to me, right? I might be biased because he is a teacher, is a colleague, right? I might be biased. Talk to your friends who have done his lectures. Talk to your friends who have done his videos. Talk to your friends who have attended his live classes. Everybody says the same thing, that he is perhaps the only person who makes surgery conceptual. The benefit of things becoming conceptual is that you don't have to memorize everything when you start understanding things. The capability of your brain to hold information is limited. You cannot ratify everything. You cannot memorize everything. That is why the understanding becomes so important. And if you can understand a subject like surgery, there can be nothing better than that. For Dr. Amrit Nasta, we have got 2 options. Again, his quick revision videos are very good. Quick revision videos 2.2. I think they are around 25 hours. If you can do that, it would be great. But if you're watching this video closer to the exam, the second option is to watch his Lab 2. Mission 2.0 Lab 2 classes. which are lesser in duration, perhaps 14-15 hours. But again, I would say that if you can spend those 10 hours more at this point of time, again, see, if you become good in medicine and surgery, you actually go ahead of others in the race. It's at the end of the day, unfortunately, it's a race. You have to be better than others to get a good rank. And this investment of 40-50 hours, if we can do, would really help you a lot. So medicine and surgery. I have zeroed in PSM and pharma because of a very simple fact. Of course, both of them are legends, GRG sir and Vivek Jain sir. But the thing is, these people are very good at predicting the questions. And when you ask them to record shorter videos, somehow they end up having a very high strike rate. The questions that come in the exams are often from what they teach in those 7-8 hours of classes. Again, for both PSM and pharma, GRG sir and Vivek Jain sir, their quick revision videos 2.2 are perfect. You might be wondering, why am I not talking about the mission classes videos or mission lab 2 videos? Reason is, we are talking about an exam that will happen perhaps 2 months from today, right? We should not do lab 2. It is lesser than, it is more concise, and today we have time. Perhaps if I have to give you the same advices 1 month from today, I'll ask you to do the lab 2 of mission 2.0, which is more concise. But today, quick revision videos 2.0 are better, right? Similarly, Rana ma'am's quick revision video, I think it's like hardly 10 hours or something, 10 or 11 hours. Again, beautiful. It's beautifully done. So these are the subjects that you must do. I'm not saying that you should not do other subjects, but see, all of you are at different stages of preparation, and some of you would definitely want to continue with whatever resource you have used in the past. Whether it is Cerebellum's faculty or even if it is somebody else, you can continue with it if you're doing well. But for these, you must focus on these videos of these faculties. Short subjects, I am always a very big proponent of doing short subjects properly. Simple reason. Say there's something called as psychiatry. There's something called as orthopedics, all these subjects, right? The good thing about these subjects are they're very limited. And even if you do the quick revision videos, like psychiatry quick revision videos are hardly 6 hours. When you do those 6 hours of videos, the chances that you would most likely get 90% of questions correct in the exam, they become very high. Compared to that, say you say that you are reading some notes, right? Some short notes. There you can get say 50% questions correct. By giving like 2-3 hours more, you can get 3-4 questions more correct. That is like the lowest hanging fruit. Short subjects, the best thing is, for short subjects, you must do quick revision videos. They are not so long. They would not take so much time, but they definitely ensure that, put together 5-6 subjects, you get 15 questions more correct. When I'm talking about short subjects, I'm talking about psychiatry, anesthesia, radio, dermat, ortho, and forensic. All of them, their quick revision videos are hardly 5-6 hours. For some of them, less than that. And you can also actually add pediatrics to it, right? So per unit of investment of time, the returns are very high. And again, see, when you do something like quick revision videos, concepts get built. Some depth is, imbibed. And that is why when the questions get twisted in the real exam, you can answer it. So these things तो you must do. इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, करना ही करना है, और अभी टाइम है. अभी तो वो भी नहीं बचा कि टाइम नहीं बचा है. All right. Now let's talk about the students between 130 to 145. Again, they would get caught up in the clustering. Not as bad as those who are going for 120, 130, but 130 to 145 is also going to get caught up in the clustering. Unfortunate part of being in this zone is, if you could have gotten just 7-8 questions correct, more questions correct, your rank would have jumped significantly. So again, you have to get out of this clustering, and for that you again have to gain depth in certain subjects. You already have decent concepts, but you have to increase your depth, and for you, doing MCQs and PYQs is as important as gaining depth. For the last category of students, I said that you focus more on gaining depth than MCQs, because when you have more depth in the subject, your number of MCQs correct would automatically increase. You guys have to do it both. Again, medicine in a day is something that you have to do. As I just said, medicine in a day, just 23 hours by Dr. Dilip would make you strong in medicine, would get you those 8-10 questions extra correct, which can be a game changer. Again, I would say PSM and pharma quick revision videos, quick revision 2.0. Again, GRG sir, Vivek Jain sir, who have been at the top of their field for last 20 years, they know how to give you the maximum quality in those 7-8 hours. PSM, many students say that they are very weak in it. Do PSM by Vivek Jain sir, and then let us know. You would definitely become stronger. GRG sir, I don't have to tell, is the king of pharmacology. Do these 7-8 hours of lectures, right? Rather than studying the same old thing again and again, even when it is not giving you good results, spend some time on these lectures. They are very important. Surgery, I already mentioned. Amrit Nasta sir's quick revision videos are very conceptual. If you have done surgery from somewhere else, you can revise it. But if you're making mistakes or if you're forgetting things, as I said, his surgery lectures are very conceptual. Your hold on the concepts will improve. You would not have to memorize everything. Again, short subjects, psychiatry, anesthesia, radio, ortho, dermat, forensic, and plus minus speeds. Do these from quick revision videos if you have not done, or if you have done from mission videos, just revise it. These subjects, being limited, give you the highest returns for every unit of time you invest in them. You should ensure that you don't get anything wrong from these subjects, and remaining things, whatever you have revised, whatever you have done, just revise it. Let's talk about the students who are already doing well. If you are somebody who's getting 145 plus, it means you have a decent understanding of your subjects. Still, if you can, use these 2 months, again, you can make a major leap. Say you are at 145 today, and if you can take it to 165, I don't have to tell you what kind of rank changes will come with it. So you also have to try to get those 20 marks, 20 corrects extra. Try to identify what are your weak subjects. All the platforms are giving GT analysis. See in which subjects you are consistently doing poor. My conversation with a lot of students who were getting 150, all of them again talked about medicine. And I again told them that go for Medicine in a Day by Dr. Dilip. Those 23 hours will help you a lot. Some students told me that they are poor, they are not doing so well in PSM. Again, whatever subject you are not doing so well in, go with the quick revision videos 2.0. Short subjects, if you are scoring well, fine. Otherwise, do the quick revision videos 2.0. And if there is any other subject in which you are doing poorly, again, do the quick revisions videos 2.0. They will provide you with the depth. But along with this, you have to continue doing a lot of MCQs, and more importantly, take regular GTs. We'll be having a mock for NEET PG every 15 days. It is going to help you a lot. So guys, this is sometimes what I call as asymmetric preparation strategy. Asymmetric preparation strategy means one strategy can be, let me study everything again, right? Okay strategy, but it is best for those who have figured out everything. Somebody getting like 165, 170 corrects. But if you are not reaching there, then you have to go asymmetrically. You have to see which subject, when targeted, brings you the best output. That is medicine, short subjects, PSM, pharma, right? All these subjects give you a lot of returns. So this is broad strategy. Along with it, you have to do your MCQs, you have to do your PYQs, you have to do your GTs. Now let's talk about the schedule, right? So we are calling it Mission 2.0 last batch. What all will it entail? Students were asking in the Telegram group. Yes, we'll have all the marathon classes again. The whole idea of marathon classes was it should be the last class that is taken before you go to the examination hall. If the exam is happening 2 months later, today's marathon class is not going to stay fresh in your mind. We want everything to be fresh in your mind. We'll again have all live marathon lectures. For those of you who do not know, these marathon lectures are live classes taken by the teachers. Around 8-9 hours for bigger subjects like medicine, surgery, around 4-5 hours for mid-level subjects like patho, pharma, and around 2-2.5 hours for shorter subjects like psychiatry. Everything important is taught to you in those hours, and this is done right before the exam. Last year, we had similar predicament. The exam got postponed, and we did ENDs, live test and discussions for all subjects, where you will be given a test. The teacher would come live online, and we will have a discussion, learn the art of solving MCQs. Last year, we did that in last month marathon. We got great results. So we would stick to it, live ENDs for all the subjects. Now we are starting with something new, mini GTs. Mini GT is basically a GT of 3 subjects or 4 subjects. Say we teach you PSM, micro, biochemistry. 5th day, we take a mini test of all 3 of them, right? You might have come across these words, active recall and spaced repetition. The more frequently we repeat the questions, the more they get ingrained in our long-term memories. So these mini GTs will help you further in remembering things. So, and we will keep them with cue-based video explanations. What are they? Say we add 100 questions, 30, 30, 30. For all of them, we'll have 30 to 90 seconds videos as explanation, so that you can cover these GTs in 1.5 hours. That is very important. We need to give you enough time for your revisions also. We'll continue with midday PYQs and late night PYQs. We are going to add some INICT questions also now, and more FMG questions, more older NEET PG questions now that we have more days. So that will be done. We want to take a GT NEET PG mock every 15 days. Cerebellum's recent mocks got a lot of praise by the students, because first of all, they were pretty good questions. Even difficult questions were from the important topics, and we were giving Q-based video explanations, with the help of which you could revise the entire mock in like 3 hours. So that problem that after you do a GT, it takes you days to revise it or review it, those days are gone. If you spend 2-3 hours, you would be able to revise the entire mock, because we have these short, to the point, precise video explanations. Also, in Cerebellum, if you take a GT or a mock, you can review it immediately. The ranks and the percentiles will come after the window is over, but you can review it immediately. Please don't share the questions on the Telegram group. That is something that you should not do, but you yourself can review it immediately. Of course, you have the entire access to QBank, recorded content, BTR, everything is there. All right, now let's talk about the schedule. So we are going to start from 8th of June. So till 7th of June, the marathon classes that were going will continue as they were going. From 8th, we will restart, right? So FMT we are starting with. Now the idea is on June 8th, for forensic, the END would be in afternoon around 1 p.m. So what we want is on 7th, you do the quick revision video of Dr. Atul. Or if you have already made notes, you do them, right? But it has to be at least quick revision video. You watch the video, you do some custom module, or you can just do PYQs. All right. So you can look into the app, go into the test section, look for late night PYQs, and you scroll down, you can see the forensic PYQs also. So if you want, you can do just forensic PYQs. One option is that. Second option is FMT, just revise it, and next day you have an END going on in which 50 questions will be asked. Focus on these 50 questions, because 50 questions, the teacher would try to cover everything. For bigger subjects, it would be 100 questions. So the idea is you do the quick revision video, next day you attend the class, you take the test, you listen to the discussion, at night you do the PYQs. These late night PYQs and midday PYQs would continue in their mixed bag. Just to clarify, because I think it got a bit confusing. If on 8th you have forensic test and discussion, on 7th evening, watch the quick revision video. On 8th, appear for this test. In the afternoon or evening, you'll have the discussion of that live test. In that, the teacher would discuss the 4 options, how you reach the answer. Do that, and then you have midday and late night PYQs, during which you would do the PYQs. They are mixed bag, so that that your entire preparation also continues going simultaneously. June 9th, 1 day is given for you to cover the entire anatomy. Anatomy is a subject which is, of course, it does not stay in your memory for a long period of time. So we thought of giving you one entire day. On the 9th, either revise from whatever you had done in the past, main video, quick revision video, notes. If you had not done any of those things, watch the quick revision videos. On 10th, appear for the anatomy test, attend the discussion part, and then again do the midday and late night PYQs. Then you'll have the same thing for Dermat. And then you have your mini GT. I think mini GT would be on 13th. In between, there would be again the BTR for the same subjects. You can attend that also. Then you have got PSM, the bigger subject. You have got PSM, radio, and then we will have a mock test. Then you have Biochem, again another mini GT, another BTR, so on and so forth. So for bigger subjects, we are leaving days, like we have given 2 days for OBG, right? We have left 1 day for pharmacology. Similarly, for medicine, we have left 2 days, right? So on and so forth. This cycle will continue. You have to do the quick revision videos if you have not done earlier, or you have to revise the mission classes, or whatever you have done. If you have not done anything, do quick revision videos, take the test, appear for the midday PYQs, late night PYQs, and the next subject. In between, we will ensure that we are also revising because we keep on getting these mini GTs in between. So in this way, we would be able to complete everything by July 15th. And then we would still be left with 18 days when we start with our Marathon NEET PG live classes. So what is going to happen in these Marathon NEET PG live classes? Again, in 17-18 days, all the subjects in live lectures would be revised. You would continue doing your questions, you would continue revising. So everything would come together very nicely. You are developing depth in certain subjects which are weaker. You are doing a lot of questions in your test and discussions, live test and discussions. You are strengthening your PYQs in midday PYQs and late night PYQs, and the GTs and the mini GTs are ensuring that you continue revising, you continue seeing important topics, and you also continue having this experience of taking the test. So this is how this is going to unfold. And again, students, in the end, I just want to say that my experience of interviewing multiple students was the same last year. Every time there was a postponement, there were students who doubled down on their preparation. They started putting more efforts, they started spending more hours, they started ensuring that their concentration becomes better, and in the end, they came out with great ranks. The same can happen to you. You have to double down on your preparation, decrease your social media consumption. If anybody talks about feeling fatigued to you, that they are not able to focus, just stop talking to them. This fatigue thing is contagious. If you are with 4 students who all are studying very hard, you will also study hard. If you are with 4 students who are saying कि अब नहीं हो रहा, अब नहीं होगा, जो देखा जाएगा, you would also get into the same zone. It is contagious. It is like yawning. If somebody yawns in front of you, you also start yawning. The same thing happens here. You have to be very careful about the people who you talk to. Of course, all the faculties would keep on guiding you. We are there in the Telegram group where we have a lot of conversations going. We have to do all of these things, and then finally, before the exam, we'll have the NEET PG, the final class. Some of you must remember the INICT, the final class, where the teachers come and give the students the most likely questions that are the questions that are most likely to be asked in the exam. They talk about those questions. So this is the plan, guys. And if you are not a subscriber, of course, you can go to the website, and I think they would have added by now this thing, Mission 2.0, the final batch. You'll find it over there. So this is the whole plan regarding the extensions and everything. I think the management would announce in the Telegram group. Extensions till NEET PG have been announced, and they have significantly cut the price also. So please take advantage of that. Please use it. So guys, again, we have been given another opportunity. 8th of June is when we restart, recoup, we again concentrate. Also one thing, camp, Cerebellum's accountability management program, again free for all. Go to the app of Cerebellum Academy, just scroll down, in the shortcuts you would find camp. So camp is something which basically helps you monitor your study pattern and your study, the study output that you're getting. So camp talks about a couple of things. It starts with bed to book time. What is bed to book time? What duration does it take for you to start studying after getting up in the morning? So you woke up at 8 o'clock. If you start studying at 8:30, that is 30 minutes. Bed to book time is 30 minutes. It should be at least less than 45 minutes, preferably less than 30 minutes. And then it talks about deep study sessions. What are deep study sessions? They are study sessions where you try to reach maximum concentration, where you are not getting distracted, where you're not looking at phone, where you're not talking to people. That is our deep study session, 1 hour. So you have to monitor how many deep study sessions are you doing. And it also talks about the concentration levels. You have to rate your concentration level. On a scale of 1 to 10, where did you reach? Why? When you measure these things, you start doing better. Say you are studying and you know that after 1 hour, you have to write down the concentration level that you were able to reach. The moment your concentration starts drifting or you start losing concentration, you bring it back. You know you are measuring something, you start doing it better. You cannot improve something unless you measure it. So that is why it talks about concentration levels as well. At night, fill that camp, and it will also create a beautiful, line diagram for you that how you are doing longitudinally. Do that. It acts as an accountability manager, and it helps you a lot. So again, students, the game is wide open. This postponement has ensured that even if you are lagging behind, you have been given a beautiful chance to leap forward. and it has given you a chance, if you are doing well, to make it even better. Right? If you are getting 160 correct, try to get into top 50 rank in NEET PG. Right? So the game is wide open. We have 60 days. We know our limitations. We have a beautiful plan in front of you. We have a beautiful structure in front of you. We have all the resources. Let's do it. As I keep saying, let's take the preparation to the end, because it is not over until it's over. May God bless you all. All the best.